Summer 1940. Britain stands alone. Nazi warplanes darken the skies, and the fate of a nation hangs by a thread. But from the airfields of England, a sleek, defiant machine rises to meet them. A fighter plane that didn't just fight a war, it became a legend. This is the story of the Spitfire, the aircraft that turned despair into hope. How did this elegant machine change history? Let's find out. Picture Southampton, England, 1931. The world's still reeling from the Great Depression, but a brilliant engineer named Reginald Mitchell is dreaming of speed. Working for Supermarine, he's already designed record-breaking seaplanes. Now he's tasked with building a fighter to outmatch anything in the sky. Mitchell's vision? A plane that's not just fast, but agile, beautiful even. He sketches a sleek fuselage, elliptical wings that slice the air like a bird's. They call it the Spitfire. But Mitchell's racing against time. He's battling cancer, pouring his soul into every blueprint. In 1936, the prototype takes flight, its Rolls-Royce Merlin engine roaring with 1,000 horsepower. It's a marvel, but war is coming, and the Spitfire's true test is yet to come. So what made the Spitfire so special? Let's break it down. This wasn't just a plane, it was a masterpiece of engineering. The Spitfire, officially the Supermarine Spitfire Mark I, was a single-seat fighter built for one pilot, no passengers. Its frame stretched 29 feet 11 inches with those iconic elliptical wings spanning 36 feet 10 inches, designed for unmatched maneuverability. Powered by the Rolls-Royce Merlin, it could hit speeds of 360 miles per hour, climbing 2,500 feet per minute to meet enemies at 30,000 feet. Its bite? 8 303 Browning machine guns, 4 in each wing, firing 1,200 rounds per minute. That's enough firepower to shred enemy bombers in seconds. Weighing just 5,000 pounds empty, the Spitfire danced in the sky, turning tighter than its rivals. But specs alone didn't win wars. It was the pilots and the plane's soul that made the difference. July 1940, the Battle of Britain begins. Hitler's Luftwaffe, with over 2,500 aircraft, aims to crush the Royal Air Force and pave the way for invasion. The RAF is outnumbered, outgunned, and exhausted. Enter the Spitfire. Young pilots, some barely 20, climbed into their cockpits. They're farmers, students, dreamers, now warriors. The Spitfire becomes their wings, their shield. In the skies over Dover, they duel Messerschmitt Bf 109s, the Luftwaffe's best. The Spitfire's agility shines. Its tight turns outmaneuver German fighters. Its guns tear through bombers. Day after day, they fight. Smoke trails crisscross the sky. Villages below cheer as Spitfires chase off invaders. By October, the Luftwaffe is battered, their invasion plans in ruin. Churchill's words ring true. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. The Spitfire didn't just win battles. It gave Britain hope. It became a symbol of defiance. But glory came at a cost. The Spitfire's pilots, those few, carried a burden heavier than their planes. Most were barely out of school, thrust into a war where every mission could be their last. They called it the long summer, but for many, it felt like an eternity. Imagine climbing into a Spitfire's cramped cockpit, the Merlin engine's roar drowning out your heartbeat. You're 19, with a photo of your sweetheart tucked in your jacket. Up there at 30,000 feet, the sky is a lonely place. You dodge flak, weave through enemy fire, and watch friends spiral down in flames. Some pilots flew 3 sorties a day, landing with shaking hands, only to do it again hours later. Letters home told of sleepless nights and lost mates. One pilot, Johnny Johnson, later wrote, "We fought for freedom, but we paid with our youth." By the battle's end, over 500 RAF pilots were dead, many in Spitfires. Their sacrifice wasn't just skill, it was grit, fear swallowed, and a plane they trusted to bring them home. The Spitfire was their sword, but it was their courage that forged its legend. The Spitfire's triumph wasn't a solo act. It faced a deadly rival in the Messerschmitt Bf-109, Germany's finest fighter. The Bf-109 matched the Spitfire's speed, hitting 350 miles per hour, with a climb rate that could outpace early Spitfire models. Powered by a Daimler-Benz engine, it carried two 20mm cannons and two machine guns, a heavier punch than the Spitfire's 8303s. But the duel wasn't just about numbers. The Bf-109 was a predator, built for quick dives and climbs, perfect for Luftwaffe hit-and-run tactics. Yet its narrow wings made it less nimble in tight turns, where the Spitfire's elliptical design shone. Pilots like Douglas Bader exploited this, luring 109s into dogfights they couldn't win. The rivalry was brutal. A single mistake, like missing a 109 on your tail, meant death. But the Spitfire's pilots, backed by radar and home turf, tipped the scales. The Bf-109 was a beast, but the Spitfire was a dancer, and in Britain's skies, it led the waltz. The Spitfire's story didn't end in 1940. It flew in every major World War II theater: North Africa, the Pacific, D-Day. Over 20,000 were built, with 24 variants, adapting to new roles like reconnaissance and ground attack. But its real legacy? The human spirit. Reginald Mitchell died in 1937, never seeing his creations triumph. Yet his Spitfire lived on, inspiring generations. Today, restored Spitfires still fly at air shows, their Merlin engines echoing over green fields. Museums preserve them, and pilots' stories, etched in letters and memories, remind us of their courage. The Spitfire wasn't just a machine, it was a beacon of resilience, proving that even in the darkest hours, heroes can rise. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the Spitfire's legend. What's your favorite World War II aircraft? Drop it in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. If you love this story, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more tales of history's greatest weapons. Next time, we'll dive into another icon. Any guesses? Suggest it below. See you in the skies.